So welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Talk. Guys, we're so glad to have you here with us. Today, I have my extraordinary host with me, Mr.
DeCarlo Sweeting.
And I am Jason Lloyd. So we are representing for the incomparable Miss Cheryl, who is again on vacation. Who's on more vacation than Cheryl?
Well, I know, boy, but I need a job.
I see.
She got a good job.
Lifestyles of the rich
Boy,
and famous.
do well, Cheryl. Do well.
Do well. Represent us well. Yeah, so here at Let's Talk, we like to talk about the issues that matter to you most, and we like to come up with solutions, things that will help us to do a little better in this life. So today, our topic is recipe for a deadbeat dad. Wow. This one could go a little deep. This one could go a little deep. But before we go on, like, subscribe, share, and join us on our conversation. 352-TALK. 352-TALK. Just click the link. The number should be ready to float across the screen, so we want to hear from you. I know y'all got countless stories about deadbeat dads. Either they're in your life, you know somebody, they like bad money. Everybody know where it is, right? They're all about like bad money. But we're going to address that topic today because it touches each of us in a very special way. And I know a lot of us, I know myself, I know this topic intimately, because like I say, it touches almost every home, and my home wasn't exempt from it.
My family, deadbeat dads, like we call them, they're all over. They have us in the situation, I could say, basically, that we in right now.
Yes.
If we have a lot of men that don't step up to the plate, don't do what they're supposed to do, and that's what we basically mean as a deadbeat dad. The men out there who are having children and who are not being father to their children. So we want you all, I know, like Jason said, all of us has been affected by it. We ain't got to act like it only you. You ain't got to be embarrassed. My family in it, Jason family in it, everybody family in it. Everybody family got someone who could say, hey, they got a deadbeat dad. But the recipe for this, what makes, when you're making a cake, you got to put some eggs, flour, some sugar, and that makes that cake.
Yeah, the ingredients.
We just do some things to make a deadbeat dad. And I know the women them out there say, oh, not me. No, not me. I had nothing to do with it.
He come like that.
Mm-hmm. But ladies, you part of the problem too. I want no one to sit out there and think they ain't a part of the problem. The only persons who ain't part of the problem is the children.
That's it, the children. Innocent children.
So listen up. Don't get offended. If you're a little sensitive, get your Vaseline, put on your lotion, because it can get a little sensitive for all of us in a little while.
Get a little touchy.
Don't worry about it. It ain't just you. So you can look around, when you're in church and the preacher start marching on them corn and you're looking around and thinking, it ain't just you.
So keep your head straight. Keep your head straight. Don't say that no move because they can think it's you. Just keep your head straight. Buckle up and go for a ride today.
That's right. So, Jason, you want to start with the first one? Or
yeah. So the recipe, this is our recipe for a deadbeat dad. Now, you may have some other ingredients you might want to add to the mix. So don't hesitate to call and say what you think should be added to this mix.
That's right.
So the first one we have is a recipe for a deadbeat dad. No father figure in the home, in either home. That's either in the home where the deadbeat dad came from or the home where the mother actually had the child for the deadbeat dad. There's no father figure in the home. So you want to expand on that a bit?
Yeah. So what Jason mean by this is when you are in a home with a mother and a father, with parents that show you love, show you how a family is supposed to be structured, there are certain things you just run away from. And you know that, hey, this guy who I like it now, he ain't nothing like my daddy, he ain't nothing like my good uncle. I think I need to stay away from them. And even the fellas, them, when you in a family that has a father figure, mother figure there, you know and you are taught what's right and what's wrong. So therefore, you see it all the time. So there's something that is just inherited in you that you know, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing that. And you yourself, since you have never seen it or you've heard about it, but you've never seen it, you tend to go on the right direction of just being a good father, taking care of your children, taking care of the woman that you're with. And this is what we mean by mother and father in both homes. This is one of the recipes, one of the components when a father figure or mother figure, the correct set of figure. Now, you got mother figures and father figures in the house and still be little.
Yeah.
But if you have the correct mother and father figure in the home, it's very rare that you will go astray. What you say about
Yeah,
that?
I tend to agree because if you got an example to follow, and I think that's it, we just need to set the right examples. It's very rare that a son will grow up to be a deadbeat dad if his father was responsible. In a way, my son, my good son can turn out to be no deadbeat dad because I won't allow it. I didn't provide that example. I taught him, I laid a foundation on how he should be treated, or what, so he knows how he should treat his children because he can't do nothing less because he wants daddy to be proud of him. So guess what he can do? He can try to do all he could to make daddy proud. Just as if his mother, she knows what a good father is, so she definitely can teach him and won't allow him to be a deadbeat dad. So if some chance her son, our son, decide to go then have a child out of wedlock, he knows he has to step up to the plate because I provided him with that example. His mom would encourage him to step up because she wouldn't have seen it. So that's what we're saying by if that father figure, that proper figure is not inside the home, more than likely the child won't have anything to go off of. And if the mother didn't provide an example, like put him in an environment to get the proper male figure, because any male figure could be in the home now, but the proper one, then he would probably, chances are he'll go down the wrong path. So that's the first ingredient to a deadbeat dad, not having the proper father figure in his life to show him where he should go.
So, ladies, when you're picking these fellas you're grooming them to be your husband, and I'm saying it in this order because that's how we basically want it to be. We want it to be in this order because we want you to go out, get married, then have your children, and you will know what this young man is all about. And fellas, it's the same way, you know. I want y'all to know, hey, there's deadbeat women too, mothers too, but we ain't getting in that today. Not today. But you will now see that, hey, this guy comes from a good home.
Good stock.
He learned from his family. He learned from his fathers, his uncles, his brothers, and he now has the stuff to get you going along with your family, the family that you want, that God wants. Okay? So that's just something for y'all to look at.
Yeah. So if you find a fella who you're interested in, look at the man who he surround himself with. Look at the man he associate with. If he ain't none of them respectable, chances are he ain't respectable. He put down a little show for you. Chances are, I say 100%, right? So just look at the man who he surround himself with. If he ain't none of them, you would say, hold on, I'd recommend them for a good husband. Chances are the one who you got, he ain't no good husband or good father either.
Yeah. I would leave that alone, but I know some of y'all, boy, I just get y'all going. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they like them bad boys.
Oh, yeah.
I want a bad boy.
Oh, yeah.
We can talk about that today.
Yeah.
That's a topic for another day.
Yeah, so that's number one. That's the first thing. This your bowl now. That's the bowl. This the first ingredient you put in is a fella who doesn't have a father figure, good father figure in the home. That's your first ingredient. If you want a deadbeat dad, that's what you look for.
That's number one.
Okay? All right. Jason, what is number 2?
Number 2, no consequences. Now, you might say, what you mean no consequences? No consequences means there's no repercussions. Nothing happens if he performs in a deadbeat way. I'm sure the Carlo can expand on that. So I'll let him just expand on that for you all a bit.
See, this is where society has to take responsibility, because sometimes we let some things slip that shouldn't slip. And being a man today, being a father today, and you sitting down, going to Kentucky buy what 3-piece. Now, you know, a 3-piece costs what, $12, $15, $20, $30?
Oh, money,
Yeah.
money.
Whatever it is, a little bit under $30. And you could sit down, because you want a biscuit with that, so that's for $32. You want to sit down, eat a 3-piece with fries, biscuit,
The drink now.
and a drink.
Got to get the drink.
And you don't know if your child, listen to me, your child eat or not, and you don't care. You're sitting up there, you really don't care. Because when you go on there, you tell all your boys, boy, I got one on the way.
Oh, yeah.
He got one on the way. Boy, hey, this is excellent, boy. Me,
Popping college, yeah.
I got two big up
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah.
On the run right now.
High five.
Yeah. Oh,
Man.
yeah, man. We sit down, and when he talk with this, the baby born, he ain't bring a pamper. He ain't bring no lotion. He ain't bring no powder. He don't do nothing. After all that mouth murdering he doing, he don't do nothing for the child. And why he ain't got drug? No consequences.
No consequences.
He
She's still
walk-
going to accept
yeah,
it.
He walk right away, he do all that. No consequences.
None.
Nothing. Why?
And Carlo, I always try to figure out why they allow these fellas to get away with this. I can't stand a lousy man. I'm trying to woosah. I'm trying to keep it in, trying to maintain my composure, right? But I can't stand these fellas, like Carlo said, they both showing off and their child, they don't know how their child fending. They don't know the struggle their child going. They don't even care. Seem to care. And the ladies, they seem to allow him, the mothers, they seem to allow them to get away with this because they accept him. He come there. She might have beat up him out for a minute, but she let that slide and he continued going on his merry way. Listen, I'm an advocate for publicly carrying these fellas before the court and making them pay up. Just how they be so bold and so show-offy out there with their dollars and they balling and they so public with all of that. Let's be public with that too. Let's be public. You ain't no man if you ain't taking care of your child. I say it, yes, I say it. You're not a man if you're not taking care of your child. You know that's your child. I ain't talking about the ones you questioning now. We talking about the ones you sure is yours. And you on here say you's man and you ain't taking care. You see it? But no respect for me, by lock you all up, and then when they all come out, garnish your wages. Set a law in place where these fellas, when they get paid, something come out and go to their child. The legal ones, now the ones they know is theirs. Because we know we got some shady people out there, right? But so the ones he know he signed for, the ones he signed for, listen, make him pay for them.
Okay, we have some comments here. What y'all say is how God intended it to be. People nowadays don't subscribe to those guidelines. Wow.
That's true.
Some women don't want nice men, irrespective of what they say.
Truth.
Jason, those are lousy dudes. This is so. But Jason, what you think with the comments you say? Y'all say how God intended it to be. People nowadays don't subscribe to those.
That's sad. That's sad. I watch just the degrade, the degrade of society, our morals, and the way we thought, the way we used to think when we were growing up, what good is, and things we used to aspire to be. Today is like people just don't care. Everybody for self, and they just allowing people to just do as they feel, do as they please, and everybody just throwing everything in the wind. Whatever bucket feel good, course, and I could agree with the commenter that people don't subscribe to those things, but we need to make them subscribe because guess who's suffering? The children.
That's right.
And if the children don't get treated better, what they can do, they can maintain the same cycle. Like their children can be even treated even worse because nobody taught them. So we have to break the cycle somewhere, man. They like to brag, oh, I love my women love to say, oh, I'd die for my child, I'd kill for my child. Okay, let's do the right thing for that child. If you would kill for your child, let's live for the child.
That's right.
Don't kill for them, live for them. And live for them by providing the proper examples, providing the proper surroundings for them to be in. Love them so much to sacrifice your time to do the right thing, which is make that man, whatever you got to do legally. I don't want none of y'all getting locked up. Do whatever y'all got to do legally to make these fellas take care, at least be responsibly financially, because you can't make them take care, but there's laws in place to make them be financial.
Okay. Don't forget to subscribe to the page. Call in 352-TALK, 352-8255. We're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to be right back.
Where you going, mate?
Chuck will buy these tickets for the party tonight.
Why this boy so dumb?
Tickets242.com.
You know how hard it is?
They sell tickets for parties, concerts, plays, sporting events, everything.
You know how expensive bus is?
Well, if you just buy the tickets online, they could just send you it in the email. Then you could just print it off.
You know how strong mosquitoes is?
Or you could go to the box office downtown at the Genesis Street Girl.
You ain't scared of Joneses, eh?
And we're back, guys. Thank you for staying with us and sticking with us. And tell a friend, call a friend, and tell a friend. Call in, comment. Let us know how you're feeling. Give us your take on today's show. Make sure like, subscribe. Okay, so today our topic, guys, if in case you missed the first part, we're talking about that recipe for a deadbeat dad, and we're talking about the ingredients on how a deadbeat dad is created, or if you want to make one. I don't know when they right mind will make one, but we're just giving you the ingredients for them.
Boy, they come in pre-assembled, you know?
Yeah, they gotta make up.
Boy,
They
that's
stay
red.
popping, they stay popping out like every day, man. A couple of them being born. I don't understand that. I really don't understand. They say one is born every minute, but anyway. So the first was no father figure in home. This is a recipe for a deadbeat dad. No father figure in the home. So more or less, they don't have an example for them to follow, a good example for them to follow on being a good dad. The second example, second ingredient was no consequences. Guys will drop these baby like puppies, and it seems like there's no consequences to his actions. He have one over here with Kim, he have another one over there with Keisha, he have another one with Rebecca, and he just keep doing it because why? There's no consequences. So
our next one is number 3. Listen, this is a big one, and I want some of y'all to take heed to what you're going to say now. It is glamorized. Now, when I say it is glamorized, y'all women like these type of fellas. Listen to me. I want you to get upset. I can see you sucking your teeth. I see you. That's okay. But it's on both sides because y'all like them type of fellas, and you got the younger boys who listening to these type of fellas thinking this the thing to do because they getting all the woman.
yes.
They getting all the woman. They making this thing so cool and popular, and so this is the thing that y'all starting to believe. Like, this must see
Must see what's supposed to do it.
Yeah, you're really supposed to do this. And I got 3 gals in the round right now. Lay down right next to one
Right
another.
next to each other.
Well, they got a ghetto twins. Right
I know
next to
plenty
one
of them.
another.
I know plenty of them ghetto twins. know a couple of them.
Y'all know that.
Mhm.
Y'all laying down right next to the guy with your mouth long.
Yeah.
And he ain't man enough to come inside there, but he all outside, slopping up, talking all kind of foolishness, and everybody giving him high fives because he was able to get all y'all bigger.
Mm-hmm.
How? Tell me how. How is this that a fella could sit down and talk with this like he's the king?
King.
Like this,
He's the
makes
man.
him king. But apparently it does.
Yeah.
Apparently being out in the streets, having this type of I guess street cred
Yeah.
makes him the man.
Man, look here, Carl. I see fellas them, like you say, they giving daps. Boy, guy, I big that one up, I big that up. Yeah. And I got so right over here. She got to drop down for me too. And the fella, at no point he thinking, but he got to take care of them, Or his boy, he ain't telling boy, you having these babies all over the place. How you can take care of them? That conversation don't even come up. You know what conversation come up? Boy, you hard, boy. You got this one pregnant and that one pregnant too. They nobody. Yeah, they know. The only thing there's do is run up their mouth, but they're right there. Then this one, she intentionally get pregnant for the fella because she don't like the girl. She don't like that girl. Then her way to take her from him, take her from the other girl, is to get pregnant. That's her mentality. I can go get pregnant for this fella to lock him in.
Grammy tells me, baby, don't keep no man.
No man. But
No
they're still trying it. They, for some reason, something they see on TV tell them it can work for them.
On TV.
Or social media, something tell them it can work for them. They can get big up for him and he can stay there.
And part of this glamorization is if you go on, I think it's MTV or VH1, they got Teen
Mom,
or
oh yeah.
like that. They got all these things up on TV to make y'all, to soothe y'all mind, to make everybody think this is okay.
Yeah, we can be all right.
This, Mary going through it, Sue going through it. This is fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry about all of them talking. They jealous. Ladies and gentlemen, please. And I talk, and I ain't get to the women yet because this all about the men, and I want the men to understand what we are saying. Having 30, 40 children that you can't afford ain't cute.
No.
That ain't a good look. And I talking about 30, 40 children for your wife. I ain't talking about some they've been to Elutra, they've been to Inagua.
Dropping one on ice.
No, you have to be, and I really don't want to bring this up, but boy, they tell me the story, but how these fellas them used to have a sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a sweetheart. Eight Mile people don't get mad at me. I'm just using your for example.
Watch your mouth now. Watch your
I know. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful.
I from the Rock. Watch it.
I gotta be careful.
Tread lightly.
So, in 8 Mile Rock is Hepburn Town, Bartlett Hill, Hannah Hill, Pinedale, Jonestown, Martintown, Jonestown, right?
Russelltown,
So,
Seagrape, yeah.
The fella used to start, he from Hepburn Town, and this is saying Hepburn Town fellas like this. That's an example. He walked down the first place he had his Bartlett Hill.
Mm-hmm.
He go there, he buy them some salty, some soda, some Borden's juice box. It's back in the day.
Yeah.
He get the orange flavor, orange juice box. And he dropped that off.
Mm-hmm.
And he drop off something else.
Mm-hmm.
Then he get up, he move from Bartlett Hill, he going down to Hannah Hill.
The road, yeah.
So he going to Hannah Hill, he got there, going drop off another load.
Mm-hmm.
Pinedale, Martintown,
So on, so forth.
Jonestown,
Mm-hmm.
so on and so on. And summertime, some of these times, you always know what these fellas do.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the cool fella. Oh, his daddy got money.
Yeah, popular.
So now, this all a game now to you.
Mm-hmm.
But the consequence of these games is the children. You can't be having these children like this. And then the children can ask you, who is my daddy?
No.
And all you do is hang your head down. Good God. You're ashamed now.
Listen, like you said it, Carlo. You shouldn't be having no children if you can't afford it. Ladies, if you see the fella struggling to take care of yourself, he can't even hardly buy food for you and him. My God, come, for God's sake. Let that one go, eh? Tell him come back when he's doing a little better.
But Jason, he look good. He got curly hair.
Oh, jeez.
He tall.
Children must eat that.
I
Sure.
like that. But you know, they like, when he got good hair, I could plot that and I could do that.
He a pretty baby.
Yeah,
He a pretty baby.
Yeah, I look
Pretty
cute.
baby.
Oh,
That's what help one for me. A pretty baby.
Yeah, that looks
My
good.
God. When we can elevate beyond this thinking.
That's what that's what
Children
they
are supposed to be our future. They're supposed to be. The Bible says they are our inheritance, but we treating them like they trash. We treat them like they disposable. When you think about a child, man, that's your life. Whatever you had planned is now secondary, and that child's supposed to be your primary concern now. And I'm talking about the men now, because this show is all about men. Guys, I can say it again. You're not a man if you're not taking care of your seed. There's a little boy, there's a grown boy playing man games.
Mhm.
Step up and take care of your child, man, for God's sake. That child only wants you to love them, to be there for them, and you need it. If you look
Oh, yeah.
around society today, man,
Oh yeah.
we can get to that, but we're just talking about the ingredients right now.
We-
So, glamorize. It's being glamorized. We're making it look like it's cool to just be dropping, for these fellas to be dropping children here, there, and there.
Okay, we also want y'all to call in 352-8255, 352-TALK. Don't be scared to call in. We all have these stories. I don't
Yes.
want you just to think it's just you. Yeah, I remember back in the days in the 70s and then back in the day, it was Elder Barge them was cool to look like. This is what was in style then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got a lot of us walking around the nice looking fellas them with the nice curly hair and things like that. Then these fellas who look like me, my daddy that wasn't no curly hair. I think I'm type of fellas them. So right, he was good on him out. He got on him out. But we just saying to glamorize this stuff, it doesn't make sense because only the children have to pay for it. And it don't become glamorous when you at the courthouse.
Oh, come on.
Then
Okay.
it look bad. When you're at the courthouse, you're running up and down, you're doing all kind of things. He is this, he is that. All these things he was and he is. You never said it before when you was doing what you was doing.
And it was easily found out, we are a very small island.
Yep.
And we love to talk. We love to talk people business. So you know exactly who taking care of their kids and who ain't. So we know before he even dropped the seed. He wasn't taking care of that one and he wasn't taking care of this one.
Exactly.
What make you think he can take care of yours? But like I say, we're focusing on the men.
All right. We're gonna take another commercial break and we're gonna be right back.
I'm Flynn Daxon from Nose Witness News, reporting live from Sniper Paintball City. We're here with the manager and he's going to tell us a little about what they have to offer.
Daddy, I got this at Sniper Paintball. We have paintball, cornhole, mini golf, batting cage.
Strike!
That's not a strike.
So come on down every Saturday and Sunday to Sniper Paintball City, located next to Crosstown, where you and the family can have a great time.
See you at Sniper.
Welcome back. Today on Let's Talk, we're talking about a recipe for deadbeat dads. First, let me go through, just do a little recap of what we already said. Is no good father figure in the home to provide a good example for the son to be a good dad. So he sometimes take the path of being a deadbeat dad when he has his own children. There are no consequences. It seems like he could just be dropping kids all over the place like dogs, just drop the puppy and go. And he doesn't have to pay for it. That's how it seems. Then it's glamorized. Guys then feel like they out on the streets. They got girls pregnant, multiple girls pregnant at the same time. And he's being hailed as a man. The chest puff right up. He hard, boy, you hard, boy. You got all these guys big up. So now that brings us on to the fourth point. Independent women.
Ooh, okay. You get a little sensitive now.
Yeah, we can shoot at you all.
Get the Vaseline. I think the phone might start ringing. We can talk with y'all.
How y'all can blame us?
How we can blame y'all? What do you mean how you can blame y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all say y'all know the independent men.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't need y'all all
No,
about. I don't need no
No,
man.
man. For
I
nothing.
don't need him to do this. He ain't want to do that. He ain't take care of your last business. I can take care of my own child.
Mhm. I don't need it. If he don't do it for your child, that's my child. I can take care. I don't need him for nothing. All right.
Stop it.
Really? Stop it. You're encouraging
Stop
stupidness.
For God's sake, you are not a man. If you have a boy today, you know how to bring up any boy child?
That's part of the problem, in fact.
Huh? All you doing is causing, it's a
More.
snowball effect.
Yes.
You think you helping by, oh, I can take care of this child myself. I need it. All you doing now is showing him, and like we say, if in the first one, first recipe, no father in the house, no father figure. And that's what you going to do again. No father figure in the house because you feel, oh, my biological clock ticking, I need to have a child.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Before your clock was ticking and you was having a good time out there,
Oh, girls, summer. Outside. They was outside, kind of.
What?
That's what they say. I outside.
Jason outside. What you doing outside? Ain't nothing good outside
Ah,
there.
boy.
What you doing out there? I need to know what's going on with y'all because there's no way that we supposed to be out here, independent women, talking about it's all about me. And I know, and I can say, you talk ticket.
Mm-hmm.
You get a little up there in age, you get your career, you're making plenty of money now.
Wrong move, but that's another topic.
Yo, oh,
Yeah.
boy. But we can touch it a little bit. I can touch it. I can touch it a little bit. Just a little bit. You then get your career. You feel like you done succeed in whatever you wanted to do. This is what makes you. But I can tell you all something. You all are women. You're here for two reasons. Now, I know y'all get mad right now. God put y'all there for two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
First one,
Mm-hmm.
Adam was lonely. This is what God said.
That's what you say.
Don't get mad at me. God said he
Number
see the
one.
man was lonely.
Number one reason,
He had to come say, okay, I can give you a little.
play.
Yeah, I see what's going on. I can help you here.
Everybody else got their own. Every dog. The dog got his own. The cat got his own. The fish got his own. Adam is the only one that ain't got his
He
own.
said not there lonely. So God gave him something. And that was your women. Now, your second purpose is you got to bring forth children. Because we can't do it.
No.
I know I can't.
No.
I can't do it.
And we'll mess that right up. if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just up to us.
This human race would have been dead long time
time.
to leave it up for us. Because I ain't going through that. I thank you all women for that.
Yeah. Praise. that's all.
I salute
Yes,
you all. 'Cause
yes,
why
yes.
not I could do it? But these are your two reasons for being here. Not to get no PhD, not to go make all kind of money, not to go dress up in all kind of long weave, Brazilian weave, and you from Hannah Hill. Not all of these things. These things is for you to make sure that you are rearing your child, giving him that feminine touch that he needs, and making sure, listen to me, making sure he has that masculine figure in his life.
The child that is now.
Nah, not you. You get that in there.
Yeah.
The child have that father figure, that masculine figure in his life, so he could understand what it is to be a man. Because you will never know.
Never know.
I lie, Jason.
You lie well. Where's the lie?
I know. But I know they
See, they get in their head, and social media is driving this foolishness, right? That they don't need a man for nothing. I don't know what lie. That's the biggest lie from the devil right there. We need y'all. Y'all need us.
Mhm.
Especially when it comes to children. God didn't give the man everything. He didn't give the woman everything. It takes both of us to properly raise the child. The mother comes with the nurturing side and the teaching side, right? Primarily. The father comes with the discipline and the structure. Like Carlos said, a woman will never be able to raise a man. Never. She don't know what it is to be a man. That's like a man could never raise a woman. He don't know what it is to go have that monthly, or to be that soft, feminine. Now, we have some different type of fellas out there who might be soft. You ain't really want that type of man in your life.
No,
So we ain't talking about him.
For God's sake.
And in fact, that's what happens most of the times when the father isn't in the home. You understand? The boys now start to take on the mother femininity because that's all he's seeing. That's why you need that man, the real man. So if the fella you had the baby for, you realize you make a mistake, okay, push him to the side. And if he wants to be a father, in fact, encourage him to be a father. But you still have options, you know. Find a man who can properly give that structure to your son. And you don't have to be intimate with him. You can find him at the school, church, business, a co-worker. But just that's your job now as a responsible mother. If you would kill for him, now live for the child, live for your son. Find a proper male figure for him to emulate, to follow in that example. See, this independent foolishness, you're only independent of nothing. There's no human who is independent of that. So cast that foolishness out of your head, okay? The independent, that's not attractive. And that's for another topic. Neo lie to you all, Miss Independent and all that stuff. I catch where he's coming from.
Hey, the deadbeat fellas out there love independence.
Yeah, they
if
love
you had a song, Miss Independent,
Oh, yeah.
that's why I love her.
If he's singing that,
Oh, Lord. Come on now.
he's looking for you to bring.
That's right.
You should bring, but he's looking for you to bring stuff what he's supposed to be bringing.
She got her own thing.
That's right.
That's why I love her.
All right, he wants to supply you with them things. You all can build them together, right? And the Carlos spoke about the career and all, and looking nice. That's good, you know, but that's not your primary. Ain't nothing wrong with having them things, but put it in priority. Prioritize. If you want a family, that thing's they got to go in the back burner. Your family got to come first. And raising your sons and daughters properly comes first. And to do that, you can't do that on your own. You need a good father figure around your children. The daughters need it, and the sons definitely need it.
Definitely. And those days, I grew up in the day when the community, the village helped raise us.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I had a bunch of aunts. I had uncles. I had neighbors.
People to step up.
We looked out for one another. We going across the road. Oh, I am in so and so. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Becky, you see anything of them there? Yeah, they just gone down there to get some salty. Okay. Because everybody that know, and time is you done walk down to Miss Becky to get that salty and come back. Your mommy done know. You didn't get too salty.
Exactly what you do.
And you got that chicken stick in your back pocket.
Who you talk to.
They didn't know.
They didn't know everything.
They didn't know you was throwing rock at the door. Everything. It was a village back then. It wasn't no independent.
No.
I don't know where y'all get this from. It wasn't no independent thing. We all came together and we did what we were supposed to do to make sure that these children were well taken care of, well structured, well disciplined. Because we got some rude.
We miss. That's what we miss.
We got some rude little stinking little children.
Oh my gosh.
And if you say something to them, you all want to fight. You all want to fight for these rude children.
Right.
Huh? These rude children.
But can't show up to school when PTA. Anyway.
Oh,
it's another topic.
Jason, why you talking the business?
Leave that right there. Leave that right there.
We going to the comments here, and it says here. Stats reveal that boys without a father figure are more likely to commit crimes.
Most definitely.
Wow.
I know about that.
Wow. That's crazy.
It speaks volumes, but that's the truth. I know when I reach a certain age, because mom had to raise us 5 boys on her own. When any boy reaches a certain age, he feels he's a man. Testosterone flowing. That makes us more aggressive. Woman, you all ain't know nothing about this, you know. No. But I'm a man, I understand it, but we didn't have any man in the house. So mommy couldn't understand the aggression in the house. We fighting a lot, we want to stay out late, and now we standing up to her. Not being disrespectful, but just standing up. Something must get up inside us. What they say, we smell ourselves. So testosterone flowing, and something tell me, say, but stand up to her. And I stood up to her. I'm sorry I did. But I said that's what boys do.
Yep.
I guarantee if a man was inside there, I wasn't standing up nowhere.
No, sir.
Nowhere.
You'd have stand up, but you'd have laid
right back down. Because I remember mommy hit me, I say, you could take her licks. Yeah. And the only thing I fake cry so she could stop. But then I stand up there, that's this. And she beating until I would cry. I say, you know something? For this woman of heart attack, let me fake one, don't cry. But that's just the.
I can remember with me when I was smelling myself. My mommy only was 5'4", 5'4" the most. And you starting up, you looking down at these little woman them, and boy, I with this and that, and you looking at her. Oh Lord! But for some reason, I know why, but I say, oh, this woman could beat me. It just, I think it, and I try to figure out if you was a man, I didn't know if you done a long time.
Yeah.
You 5'3", 5'4" man coming around.
Yeah.
But something in my mind, the respect portion of
That's
it,
it.
you realize, step away.
Yeah.
But like Jason said, you start to smell yourself.
Yeah.
You start to feel that, and that's all a part of nature. That's you growing as a man. That aggression, that hostility that you have in you, that have to get out. That's all. Hey, we were out there to protect. And sometimes you gotta understand, in order to protect, you gotta
Get
fight.
violent. We gotta get violent.
There have been many world wars out there that men had to fight
Mhm.
in order to keep what's theirs.
That's right. Somebody coming for it.
Yeah,
Somebody coming for it.
y'all can't do it. Y'all keep mind and we say, okay, we can leave y'all in charge, we can anything else. And another group of men come to that village.
Over.
They taking everything, and ain't nothing y'all could do.
Nothing.
And I talking about these 5'3" fellas. Everybody in the group 5'3". Every man in that group 5'3", and y'all can't stop
I
them.
don't care how big they is. Unless they got weapons, guns. That's it. Other than that, but them fellas still can probably take it still. That's man, woman, you know.
The strength of a 5'3" fella.
Oh yeah. That's for three women. Three women to take that one man.
Yeah. So the independence of your
That's foolishness.
it ain't gonna wait.
Just stop it.
It ain't gonna wait. Let these fellas down. Don't go out these children for these fellas just to say, okay, I feel like I know how y'all feel. I know your clock ticking. I know you feel like, boy, if I have no child, boy, I can feel like, hey, I ain't no woman.
Yeah. And you know something, Carlo, sometimes I just thought of something. Sometimes that same independent mindset helps to create a deadbeat dad in a way that he's not, you actually force him out the door because now he doesn't want to be with you. Excuse me. He don't want to be with you as in a relationship. So he just wants to leave and he wants to do for the child. But because he's not doing what you want to do, you start to make him belittle him. And I don't need you to do for him. I can do for myself. And you display this to the father. And you're doing this around the child. So you more or less turning the father off because you keep, you ain't no man. I doing more for the child, and not because he's doing it your way. You belittle him, and you turn him off. Now, mind you, he still should fight to be for in his child's life.
Yes.
But there's only everybody ain't built that way, you know. Some people can try, and if they're not being encouraged, they'll give up. So you shouldn't take the chance or take that stance as to, hey, I'm independent, I don't need you, your child don't need you for nothing, or discourage the man from coming by. What you come here for? I tell you to call me when you coming by. You should call out of respect, but you know why you tell him to call, because you mad at him because he ain't want to check for you no more. So because he ain't want to be in a relationship with you no more, you more or less using a child as a weapon. And you saying you don't need the man's money, you feel you could kick him out the picture altogether because you don't need his money. But see, being a father is more than finances. He has something to offer more than finance. He has his presence. That's, like I said, that structure. You need that from a man to raise your children, not just for the sons. It's more importantly for the sons because the sons need it as for an example, but the daughters also need it so that she can know what a real man looks like. So she don't fall victim to wanting the attention of other men because she's getting it from her father. So when you force or poison that daddy from coming around, you making your children a statistic. Guys, the sons more to crime, the daughters may become more promiscuous because she wants attention. She wants the attention from a man and she wants it from her father, but she doesn't really know it's needed from her father. So she just thinks she needs it from a man, which causes her to go and just be fast. So the father is needed, ladies. Put that devil mindset aside, but I'm independent. I don't need no man for my children. That's a lie from the devil himself. You need him, a good man for your sons and daughters.
Wow. Jason, that was powerful. That was something that we all needed to hear. We all need to know. Because just like how you said, you weaponizing the children.
Mhm.
Men have to also realize, just because she ain't gonna give you nothing no more. Yeah, that's how we go.
Yes, sir.
That's I ain't come to see the child, and he ain't never come to see the
No.
child. Going straight to the mother room. You ain't never see the child shake him on the head.
Call him the wrong name and all.
Yeah. Go play with this toy. Coming right back. Let me go talk to your mommy.
Mhm.
And you let him come in there, do his little watusi, then come back out, shake, rub the boy head again,
And go on.
and gone. And he ain't coming back until he ready to see you again. That ain't no reason for it either. Man, stop it.
Stop
You
it.
have a whole child.
Stop it.
Take care of your child. Even if she ain't want you, that's a business.
There,
Plenty woman out there.
plenty.
You don't gotta hit your head. But how much people walking around carrying your blood, your DNA? And the good part, these fellas want to say ain't they one, and the child look just like that.
Look, just
Why God so serious? The minute you want to lie on somebody, talking that ain't mine, come out looking
just like
that.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
like
Yep.
how?
That's it. That's it, Carlo. I like how you said it. These fellas, because like you say, sometimes the women don't, like I said, sometimes the women, because the guy ain't interested no more, she don't want the guy to come around to his own kids. The fellas do the same thing because she ain't interested. He don't want to check for the child no more. Boy, and even if the woman is making it difficult, fellas, that still ain't no excuse to not do all you could. I talk about everything you could. I mean, stopping short of going to jail.
Yeah.
Do everything you could to be there for your child. Let it be said that she kept your child away, not you. She didn't keep you away. She kept the child away. So you do all you could. Take the woman to court. File petition. You know, once you then sign, you got rights. We ain't like the States yet. Hopefully we'll get there. But
Hope I pray it.
once you sign for a child, you may have some recourse. Go find a judge, find a lawyer. They'll hear your case and petition for your child. That's your blood. That's your seed. That's you.
Mhm.
Don't let nobody discourage you from taking care of your child.
How you think LeBron daddy feel?
How did it?
You ain't look
Oh,
at that
yeah,
boy.
yeah.
You ain't not look at that boy.
Yes.
Billionaire.
Yes.
One of the best basketball players ever. That's your seed, your blood running through that boy. And you sitting up there, can't be proud, daddy.
No, can't show off.
Can't be proud, daddy.
Because you decide to be a deadbeat.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Mhm. That's big payback, you know. I love to hear stories like that.
I know you shit.
He's sitting around drunk somewhere. Yeah, that's my boy right up there.
But he
Can't tell
You
nobody.
can't tell nobody.
Can't tell nobody.
But that's your son, and you
No. Yeah.
kind of man you is.
Exactly. What kind of man you is?
I don't get it.
Your son ain't checking for you, dummy. That's selling something but you.
Yeah,
Your own children ain't will say nothing.
That's a lot.
lot
But
about
back on the comments. Every time you hear of a guy saying, I am going to sleep by my girl, and she lives with her mother, there's no male figure in that home. A man wouldn't allow that.
Truth. Truth.
That's true.
Truth.
And we get into that right now. Right now.
Because that's our next point.
With number 5.
That's our next point.
What's the next point, Jason?
Father's parents are taking care of the child.
Y'all know what I mean? The deadbeat dad, mommy and daddy taking care of the child. So the grandparents taking care of the child.
They're enabling the deadbeat. Rather than making him step up and take care of his child, they take care of the child.
Oh, hallelujah. The woman say, I ain't gonna put him in court. No, don't put him in court. I can what you need. I can bring it for you. I can get it for you. Don't worry about that. He can do better. I can send him there with it to drop it off. Parents, grandparents, I know you love your child.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
You ain't want to see your child. The child look just like you. You know it is. And then when you say when a child born, they say, come bring it here.
Yeah.
Let Grammy
Let
look at it.
Grammy look. Oh yeah, child. That's
Yeah,
you.
yeah. You see that foot? Look at
that's
that
you.
foot. Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
you.
That's yours.
That's yours.
They know, and because they know, they don't want to see their child suffer.
Mhm.
They don't want to make sure that, and sometimes, like you say, they don't want their child to look bad.
Right.
Sometimes they save the face for themselves,
That's it.
because you're the parents
That's
that
it.
bring up that child.
Exactly. So the reflection on them. So now they gotta continue parenting because
How
they ain't raised their
right.
child right.
Thank you.
They gotta continue parenting because they ain't raised their child right. So they supposed to be enjoying their twilight years, relaxing. Grandparents now, they gotta be mommy and daddy again. Not daddy, they gotta be mommy again because they didn't do all they could to their son to
Mhm.
make him be responsible. So now they have to be responsible for their son. Now, grandparents, we know you love your child, your grandchildren, and we're not discouraging you from doing for your grandchildren. What we want you to do is make your son accountable for his child, Because if you take care of that one, he can keep bringing them children home to you.
Mhm.
Keep bringing them. He can never pay because why? I got people who can cover for me.
Enablers.
Enablers, that's right. So grandparents, make him step up. Make him step up on the first one, and I guarantee he wouldn't bring no more.
And why, as a grandparent, you want to take on that parent role? I know some grandparents, they pay school fee.
Oh yeah.
They carry the child away. It basically
Pick
they
up and
child
drop off. Yeah, pick up and drop off at school, yes.
doing all kind of things that they ain't do for whole 30, 20 years. Now Grammy got to get up early in the morning to make sure the boy ready. You're old. You know how hard that this be to get
Oh
up,
man.
drop off, get dressed, get lunch, go shop for grocery, buy clothes, all these things.
He ain't gonna be me. I can tell you, it ain't gonna be me.
No, you
Do
can't do
the
that.
proper job raising your children. You wouldn't have to raise your grandchildren.
Well, you don't pick your child. I know yourself. Your Friday, you want to pick the child up. Oh, let's go for ice cream.
Yeah. Mhm.
I can understand that. But when it's your business to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
You ain't got
Friday,
no break.
you
All over
can't
again.
go. We got to pay school fee.
Oh, Lord, your pocket empty because you got to pay school.
School ain't gonna open now. They ain't got no money. They
Mm.
just bring the child from away. Now they gotta go pay all kind of school fee.
Take
Because
their
the
pension.
boys say, he ain't got no money.
I ain't got it. But he out there partying with his
Oh,
friends.
yeah.
He coming home 3, 4 o'clock in the morning drunk or whatever, coming from whatever or coming from whoever.
Mhm.
But his child was there. His child don't hardly know him. His child calling the Grammy, mommy.
Oh, gee. Oh, gee.
His child feel like him and her, they brother and sister. His child acting like they siblings.
Yeah.
Not parents, because the daddy ain't the daddy. He is not being the daddy.
My God.
So grandparents, you enabling this, you part of the problem. So we didn't know the part. No father figure in the home. There's no consequences. It's being glamorized. There's independent women, which means so the women and causing the adding to the deadbeat dads, and then the grandparents. So why these fellas them can do any better? Because if everybody covering for them.
Boy, Jason, I know. You tell me you got a solution. You know some things. Jason, I ain't seen that because once the grandparents ain't gonna see the children suffer, they ain't gonna do. Once these girls like the boys, the bad boys, they ain't gonna do no better. So if you got a solution, because I ain't got nothing. All I can try to tell you is pray, and pray some more.
Pray some more.
That's all. But you tell me you know, so I can listen to you.
Mind
right
you,
now.
I don't have any solutions because we gave you all the recipe, right?
Mhm.
So hopefully that would help you all to see them. And another way to see them is watch the company they keep. That'll tell you how to spot them, Y'all see the guys. And like I say, this little Bahamas be small. And if you plan on getting serious with them, it's your job, ladies. I'm speaking to y'all now. It's your job to make sure y'all vet them properly. In the event you decide to have a baby with him, that's your job. Because you don't want to add to the statistic of deadbeat dads and fatherless homes and children growing up in single parents. You don't want to add to that. You smarter. This is supposed to be a smarter
But
generation.
Jason, they most sweet, man. They say, boy, my daddy never used to check for me, so I promise I can never do that to
Oh,
my child.
okay.
I can be there for my child. You ain't got to worry about that. La, 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 Ray. They tell you, oh, they say you that hook, line, sinker.
Okay, mind you, Carlo, you could get away with that, once. That only needs to happen once. So if she get catch once, shame on him. It's tricks work. But twice, 3 times, no man. How y'all keep getting swing from the same set of fellas? Because statistic has it,
It's the same.
the same set of fellas who making babies all around. So it's more single mothers than single fathers. You might think the numbers might be equal, right? But no, it's more single mothers than single fathers because the same fellas who having the babies with a bunch of different women. So it's one group of fellas out there, one group of deadbeat dads impregnating multiple women.
Can't on bad.
So the women, it should be easy to find out. Ask him over there, he have any children? Okay. How is he treating them? How is he, the children struggling? It's easy to find out. You always talk about every other people's business. You mean you can't find out his business? So that's one thing. Check his surrounding. Check who he hang out with. Check where he hangs out. Check his financial background. All of this stuff. That'll let you know how responsible he is. That will tell you right there if he'll make for a good dad or not, if he's a deadbeat dad or if he's a possible deadbeat dad. So keep your eyes out. We gave you all the recipe. Now we gave you all on how to look out for him as well. And then you want to avoid them. So that stupidness out the way, oh, you like a bad boy. That means you're just as stupid as he is.
Oh,
And I can say it. If you put yourself in a position knowing what the type of fella is, you're stupid.
oh.
Use common sense.
I want me to say not to use that word. That's a bad word.
Well, stupid is or stupid does. And that's what Forrest Gump say. Stupid is or stupid does. Come on, man. Let's be a little bit more mature. Let's use our common sense these days. You all say you're a smarter generation, right? So therefore, it should be less single mothers and single fathers out there. It should be less because y'all should be a little bit more responsible, right? Should be because y'all learning from us because we was dumb. We the past generation. We didn't finish, right? Oh, y'all was dumb back then. Y'all was uneducated and all this stuff. So y'all shouldn't be making the same mistakes we make. Y'all should be able to spot a little better than us, right? So let's use it. Y'all are smarter. Y'all have more technology than us. Everything is be on Facebook. Everything on social media. So y'all shouldn't be getting swing. Google it. Google it. So how to avoid them. So we told you how to spot them and avoid them. Now let's tell y'all how to help reform and encourage them. Men are needed, right? So you got a man, you have a one child for him. Do all you could to encourage him to be there for his child. The man, you can't make him, If the relationship didn't work out between y'all, still find all you could to encourage the fella because you had to love him. If you lay down with him unprotected, I'm assuming you loved him. You lay down with him unprotected. So therefore, love him enough or love your child enough to encourage the father of your child to be there for him, not just financially. Because sometimes he may not have it, but he has more to offer. Men have way more to offer than finances. God called us to be leaders. So he imprints something upon us in our DNA. So encourage your father of your child to be there. Just encourage him. When you do a little something, encourage him, man. It might go against your best teacher to say something nice to him, but just to get your child, because you're doing this for your child now. You love your child. You die. You kill for your child. So now let's live for your child. Encourage the fella. Prayers other men who doing good. Pick up the men who doing good. Plant little subliminal messages. So when they see that good men are being celebrated, because all we do now is hear bad men being dogged. Y'all are very quiet on celebrating men. But if you all made a big deal out of good fathers, that may encourage other men to step up because they want some of that sweetness too.
Oh, yeah.
Stop giving the sweetness to the dumb fellas.
Oh, yeah.
Stop giving the sweetness to these garbage fellas. Give the sweetness to the good men.
Oh, yeah.
And stop giving it to the bad men. And guess what? If the bad men ain't getting nothing, that might encourage them to change.
They can do better.
But if you ain't doing nothing to encourage me to, Carla, if I getting sweetness and I doing stupidness, why I can change?
No.
Why I can change?
Okay. For what?
Yes, exactly. For what? So encourage the good men. Make a big deal out of one good man who you know in your home
Yes.
and your surrounding. If
Yeah.
it's your uncle, your daddy, somebody at work, don't do it for somebody who you like now because they can see it the next week.
I know y'all go.
Yeah. So do it if your brother. Just speak highly of them. And that might just prompt him. Hold on, man. I tired of this fella getting all of this praise. I want some of that too. So you got to find ways. You know, you all know how to finesse men when you all want money from them, right?
Mhm, mhm.
You all know how to finesse him when you
Mhm.
want that hair money, that nails
Oh,
money.
yeah.
Finesse him for your kids.
Yes.
Use that power for good.
Oh, I know about that. The power meant for evil, not for evil ways.
Right, women got some power to Carlo. They got some power, and they know it, you know. They just use it for the wrong. But Spider-Man, what Uncle Ben say, with great power,
Got
great
great
responsibility.
That's right.
Use that power for good, man.
Mhm.
Don't use it for yourself. Just use it for your child, and let's change the dynamics of society now. Let's try to raise up a generation who can look like something we're gonna be proud of. The way we doing it now ain't working.
Well, that's our show for today. I'm hoping that everybody has now the recipe and now can see, okay, if I take this out of this, I take that out of it, now I can make myself a good father. All those ingredients we gave you all for deadbeat dads, watch out for them. Be careful of them. Be mindful of them. I know y'all like them type of. I know them fellas sweet. I know that. But they sweet for a short run. You in it for the long run.
That's right.
Okay? So, Jason, I want to thank you again for having me here.
Yes, sir.
The chair feel a little comfortable, boy, Cheryl. Like, I see why you like sitting. The chair feel a little good. But
Yeah.
Cheryl will be back next week where you all have, I'm sure, very good, provocative
Nice.
topic.
Yeah.
What y'all like. I know y'all are there. Y'all like a little messy.
Like that juice. Like that juice.
But thank you
You
once
like the
again
drama.
for allowing me to come here on Let's Talk. And I'll see y'all on my show at 8 o'clock tonight. Watch it. It's what's going on. Thank you. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you. And guys, you know, at Let's Talk, we always like I say, we like to end with solutions. And hopefully, we gave you all some of the problems, how to spot it. So hopefully, you would have gotten something from it to help you better your life, better your child's life, because that's what this was all about, doing it for the children. So look for a good, positive father figure, man. Look for a good male role model to expose your children to. So let's so that we can have a better society, because that's where it starts. The kids are the future. So invest in them, and it'll be better for us.
Right.
That's all I can say. So thanks again for joining us at Let's Talk, and join us again next week. Same
right.
time, same place.